Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. By myself today. Denny _Thompson is in Colorado. He's in Colorado Springs, enjoying the fruits of his labor. He's at a cannabis distillery. Nah, just jokes. Denny would never. That's not Denny's cup of tea, nor is it his vice. Denny is on business basically. So we're gonna hopefully we'll get some good stories and get some good things coming back from him with his quarterback training and what the next level things. There's some big stuff that we get a chance to do here on the Sports Den that not a lot of people really recognize. And we get to do cool stuff. To quote the great Kanye West, "My life is dope and I do dope-ish." That's basically really Denny Thompson's, but I'll say I get a chance to do some dope things too. I got a chance to go back to my hometown, my alma mater today. It was really cool. Got a chance to hang out with some really cool cats. One of my teammates, Leroy Smith. I got a chance to see him. One of my really really good friends, Arinthius Hill. Got a chance to have some cigars with him. But bigger than all of that, I got a chance to go and continue to do one of my things that I love to do. If you've been paying attention, we've had food distributions, we've had toy drives, we've had a lot of other different things. But today was our Christmas giveaway, a Christmas toy drive that we did for the kids from the MFTK Foundation. So if you know me, you know what MFTK stands for, but it also stands for Mentors for the Kids. We went out, we did some things with them, hung out, took some pictures, went to Bond Elementary School, Rudiger Elementary School, Sable Palm, and I forgot the other one. FAMU DRS. So we went to those three schools, gave some kids that made good grades. We hooked them up with the grades, the fact that they made good grades, made sure that they got rewarded for it. Now, something that also happened. Oh, my bad. I get a chance to do that in Jacksonville tomorrow. Twin Lakes Academy, a couple other schools that we'll go do that. So if you want to learn more information about what we're doing in the community, go to James Coleman, J Coleman Gives Back, or JamesColemanGivesBack.com. We'll have the pictures, we'll have the updates, or go to a Mentor FTK on IG, and you'll be able to see all those things. So I wanted to get all of the good stuff out that I did. I also got some swag today, RJ. I got some suits. My guy, Dapper Lat, with JT Vincent Clothier, out in Ponte Vedra Beach. They do custom suits. So you realize they got to be good, right? Did you know what I just did?
For you to put them, for you to,
I paid them for that advertisement. Like I don't get nothing for that. No, I'm saying like I bought the clothes.
Oh, okay.
Like, but it's just that good that I got to give my boy Lat some props. And
right.
I don't have it in my possession, but I pick it up on Friday. He showed me the pictures. He showed me the embroidery. So I'm excited about that. Christmas time is coming up. I'm excited about that. And one of the dopest times of the year that I always share on this show, because I remember my experiences with it. It's the best cake that you'll ever eat in your life. It's signing day cake. Wedding cake stinks. It's really not any good. It's too pretty for people to eat. Birthday cakes kind of all taste the same after a while.
A little bit too sweet.
Yeah, it's just. But signing day cake is basically you eating the accomplishments of what took you years to get there, and now you're getting an opportunity to go on, advance your career, do more, and hopefully play for your favorite school, or now it's your favorite school, and you get a chance to play on national TV in front of family and friends, and you're going to go get a degree. You're going to go create new relationships, create new bonds, and you're hopefully going to be the next greatest star from your alma mater. You'll get the Letterman jacket that you see. My big homie Brown Bear is over here, or light skinned Bear. We'll call him uh what's Steph's last name?
Curry.
Yeah, we'll call him Step Bear Curry or something like that because he's got that complexion going. He's wearing my Letterman jacket because he was cold in Tallahassee as he was helping me make my rounds as Santa James. It's a dope experience, and I think I want to say congratulations to everybody in the First Coast who got an opportunity to do that. Every parent, you should be proud. This is one of the proudest moments. Now, the young men, it's time for you to go in and forget about everything that you've accomplished up to this point because it means absolutely nothing now. You're nothing but a snot-nosed freshman. You ain't did nothing on this level. You're a chump. Now you got to go prove that you could do it on the Division I level and then do it all over again. And then once you get drafted, you get to do it all. You get to become that same chump again. It's a cycle of life when it comes to sports and athletics. Florida State had a interesting class. We're going to dive into that a little bit. The University of Miami and the University of Florida, they both had interesting classes as well. I won't. And before the one guy calls in, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not gonna talk about Georgia's class. I'm not really into it. I haven't really like searched it. I don't know what the University of Georgia's class is and how good. I know they're good though. I can promise you that. I know that they're good. They're always good. They did get a kid, Surrey, from out of the Panhandle, who's really, really good. But just to kind of put things in perspective, and we're not, like I said, we're not going to talk about the University of Miami's class because I don't know a lot about. I mean, I might go over it a little bit. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. Shout out to you, Miami. This is me going over it. You got some guys that handle your beat, but they're just not good enough for me to bring on radio. I'm sorry. I have no beef with Cam Underwood, but I've done stuff with Cam Underwood. Cam Underwood's not coming on this show. Like, no, he's just he's too high. He's too emotional, too high strung. No, it's just not my cup of tea. And I don't really know anybody else who covers Miami that's good. But and Cam's not bad. That emotional stuff bothers me. So I can't really do that with them. But we will have Gator Dave. And Gator Dave will talk to me about the University of Florida's class, or at least we hope to get him. You know, it's a little bit late at night, and Gator Dave got kids, and he's got stuff that he has to deal with. But the University of Florida has the best recruiting class in the state of Florida at this moment right now. They've got the number 8 recruiting class. Miami has the number 10 recruiting class, which it jumped up a couple spots. And this is per 247 composite. So you can go to Rivals. It may be lower, it may be higher. If you want to go to ESPN, it could be lower, it could be higher. But right now, I like the 247 composite. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I do respect the ESPN ranking system higher than all of them because they're using more of a pro ranking system. So they're looking at qualities that the guys possess, and they're basically using. So like the thing about, again, ESPN with the pro ranking system, there are variables and there are measurables that they actually use. So like, if I run a faster 40, and I'm a defensive end, I should be able to score X. If I do this in my film, it's the film gives me, like, let's say 45% of my ranking. Whereas 247 and Rivals, they'll tell you what a 5-star means, what a 4-star means, what a 3-star means, what a 2-star means, but they won't break down how do you get to be a 5-star, which I think is detrimental because then it just means that you have literally there's no function, there's no bottom line. Like, to me, there's always like 35 stars. And that it shouldn't work out like that. It's not a finite number. Like, you mean to tell me every year there's 30 kids who are the exact same kid? The reality is there may be one year where there's only 10 kids that meet your 5-star criteria. Then there may be another year where it's just wild and there's 50 kids who meet the 5-star criteria. That was my beef with Rivals at 247. But there are some really good analysis that goes on with it, and some guys that have been doing it long enough to where you can at least kind of somewhat respect what they have to say about sports, even though a lot of them never really participated in it, and they're judging guys who they're calling people slow and fat when a lot of them are slow and fat and have never been skinny or buff in their lives. But the 247 composite at least takes all of that and kind of puts it into a nice little neat thing. 247 composite has Florida State ranked 31st. Um, and again, like I said, we'll go into Florida State on the next in the next segment. But let's just go over some of the kids that Miami got on my drive over here while Rick Ballou was on. Miami got a huge bump, a huge bump, and helped jump in their ratings. But I'm gonna go over, and that was with Jake Garcia. Jake Garcia was the former University of Southern California commit that transferred to Valdosta High School and then ended up having to transfer again to Grayson High School in Atlanta, which is, again, another good powerhouse program, and decommitted from Southern California. And everybody who was in the know, we reported this on on Fifth Quarter Sports in August, and a guy with 247 who is well respected. What's JJ's real name? I don't even know JJ's last name, but it's not RJJ, but it's JJ. Because he's Fly with the J plane on Twitter, but he's 247 JJ. He reported this and put a crystal ball in, decommitting, flipping Jake Garcia from Southern Cal to Miami back in August, and everybody was just like, "What does he know? This isn't gonna happen." Blah blah blah. Then boom, like Negro Damas, um, December 16th, he is with the University of Miami. Won't go into details on why that happened, how that happened, or anything like that, but that's what it is. Miami's got Leonard Taylor, a 5-star defensive tackle, probably like kind of like a tweener, but from Palmetto High School, really good. James Williams, another 5-star, a 5-star safety from the Miami area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 guys in their class. They signed 21. 15 guys in their class are from the Miami Broward area. And that just lets you know how deep the state of Florida is from a talent perspective, that you don't have to go outside, go very far to walk into talent. I remember they used to call it the state of Miami back when Howard Schnellenberger was coaching. And then Uncle Luke used to say, we're going to build a fence around Miami. And it looked like they did a pretty good job this year of actually creating the fence and getting the best players from that area. Now, some guys did leave to go to Miami, go to other places, but they did a good job. Overall, they fulfilled some needs. They have a strong need with D-line. When you looked at what the University of North Carolina was able to do to their secondary, they had some holes there, and they need a quarterback that's going to be so when De'Aaron King leaves, that they actually have somebody that fills in that void and is there for the long run. So that's about as much University of Miami analysis as we'll probably do for the rest of the year. But it's a solid class to rank 10th, and now you go see what you can pick up. Like, all these teams will see what they can pick up in the transfer portal, make themselves a little bit better, and whatever's the low-hanging fruit that's coming in the next class. But COVID has really affected the 2021 class because you have no idea who's leaving and who's staying, and you have to honor those things. And a lot of schools are saying, I know what we said we're going to do, but at the end of the day, budgets are budgets, and you're not going to we ain't going to go broke trying to keep these jits in school. So we're going to take our break, and then I'm not going to be anywhere near as upset as Rick was. I heard Rick went in.
Rick was getting after it.
I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk as realistic as possible about this recruiting class, this 21 recruiting class, my thoughts, my feelings, tell you who these guys are. I'm not going to say if they're any good or not, because who knows. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Florida State, some needs that still need to be addressed, and so on and so forth. on the other side. This is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. Type in Sports Den at checkout. Check our social media at sportsden_live so you can participate in the 12 days of Stickmas. Everybody keeps asking me, what cigar should I try? Well, these are 12 cigars that you can purchase on thehumidor.com, and you can get them hopefully by Christmas. But if you can go into ABC Fine Wine and Spirit and purchase those as well, you smoke these, you'll have a great time. And it's a great introduction to cigars from the low end price range to the high end price range. You can smoke like Big Game James. I'll see you on the other side.
Inside handoff to James Robinson, broke a tackle, 20, 25, 30, into the open field along the left sideline, and steps out of bounds in Tennessee territory.
That takes him over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
O-line opened up a hole, and I just had to make one guy miss. I was able to break it and go.
Here's a guy that represents so much of what's good. Even though he's a rookie free agent, he's been a great example for everybody. He stands for what a lot of us stand for.
Keep fighting, keep going out there and grinding.
Hey, listen, am I proud of the record? None of us are proud of the record. Am I proud of the guys and proud of this team about the way they go about their business? I am.
Next up, Baltimore, Sunday at 1 on 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go. If something is bothering you, maybe your foot or your ankle or your back, maybe your shoulder or knee, you need to go to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Stop limping around. Stop complaining about the pain. Go in there and get it fixed. I did it. You should do it as well. If you need physical therapy, that's the place you go right there, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. There's locations all over town, so there's going to be one near you. The best of the best doctors around, that's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com.
Hey, have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are attempting to sell 1,000 vehicles in December. How? I've instructed my team to take all offers and never lose your business over price. Check it out. Brand new cars as low as $129 a month, up to $6,000 more for your trade. 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
After a year like no other, she deserves something truly special. And Diamonds Direct is here to help with our best holiday offer ever. 48 months, 0 interest financing on any purchase. So you can get her that diamond ring, pair of diamond earrings, or diamond eternity band and spread your payments over 4 years without paying a dime in interest. In fact, everything's included. All bracelets, all pendants, all new designer jewelry, all colored gemstone jewelry, even our designer engagement rings. Diamonds Direct makes it easy to splurge with this first-time ever holiday offer. And as always, your safety and your convenience are top priorities. You can shop in our showroom with confidence or video chat with us online at diamondsdirect.com and even arrange for curbside pickup. If we've learned anything this year, it's that our loved ones and our relationships are what matter most. So make her holiday the best ever with a gift that's romantic, timeless, and sentimental. And remember, with any purchase, you can take advantage of 4 years, 0 interest financing. Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
Everything you need to know about your Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Jaguars Today, every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Coach Jason Christie here with the Jacksonville Icemen. Hockey is a tough sport, and our athletes sometimes get hurt. That's when we send them to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Their fellowship-trained doctors are the best in the business.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Looking for the freshest Christmas gift around? Safe Harbor Seafood Restaurant and Market has gift cards available this holiday season. Safe Harbor is one of the largest sources of fresh, off-the-boat seafood in the Southeast. Gift cards can be used to come in and dine at either of their 2 restaurants, Mayport and the all-new location in Crescent Beach, or pick up the freshness at Safe Harbor Market located in Old Mayport. Safe Harbor Seafood and Market online at safeharbor-seafood.com.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of OrthoEdge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at OrthoEdge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at OrthoEdge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
This is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. Type in Sports Den at checkout for 20% off. Also, check out ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. They have a delivery service. You can go in, go on the shelf. It's that time of season. Get them spirits, get a little closer with people. You might get a little bit of lucky under that mistletoe if you got a little bit of whiskey and tequila. It helps during this, but make sure everybody wants to drink. Make sure everybody does things. I want to say something though. I think I got him coming Sunday. I was talking to Chris Kringle, or the black one. I don't know which one that is, but anyways, we were talking. I think he's sliding through. I think he's gonna have some Christmas gifts for everybody who comes in at night. That's been nice. It hasn't been naughty, so it won't be anything for the fifth quarter crew because they were very mean to my alma mater, but everybody else should be straight. So, speaking of being mean to my alma mater, we've got FSU's signing class.
So you don't really understand what it's all about.
Again, using the one that I like the most because it kind of brings in everybody's. We're ranked 31st in the 247 composite. The highest rated player is just inside of the 247's top 250. Not inside, excuse me. He is the 250th ranked player in the nation. Very good cornerback from out of Texas, Hunter Washington. We're the 6th ranked recruiting class in the ACC. Last year, the guy who's at the helm now, Mike Norvell, brought in the 22nd ranked recruiting class in the nation after Willie Taggart was fired, maintaining a lot of guys like Tate, like DeMurray Tate, and some other top prospects. The year before that, Willie Taggart, I believe, brought in the 18th class, and the year before that, his first year, he brought in the 11th ranked class, bringing it from the 61st ranked class when Jimbo Fisher left. I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on the text line, this is probably the worst recruiting class at FSU from a rankings perspective. that FSU has had in quite some time.
Do you buy the fact, or do you give a pass to Norvell when he says that he feels COVID hit him a little bit to where he wasn't able to recruit as he wanted to? I mean, if you listen to Rick was basically saying, that shouldn't have played any sort of a factor. I mean, last segment you talked about Miami and Florida and also Georgia. I mean, they're in the top 20. You have FSU here getting 2 4-stars and then the rest were 3s. But do you say with, Norvell, oh, well, I get it. Me personally, I don't. I agreed with Rick when he said everybody's been dealing with COVID and still all of these other universities were able to get the guys that they wanted. I mean, are you going to give Norvell any sort of a pass?
No. And here's the reason why. The game's got to get played. It's again. So the pass doesn't mean that Norvell is I'm firing Norvell, but not by any means. It's literally a results based business. Did you get results or did you not get results? If it was a results based business and your check was directly reflective of your results, then maybe I would be a little bit more. Hey, that's what he wanted to make. He made what he wanted to make. But this is not the 31st, just like 3 and 6 is not the standard at Florida State. The 31st recruiting class isn't the standard at Florida State either. And before people kind of come in and say things like, well, we've had top 10 recruiting classes and they didn't pan out. You got to get the guys that want to be here. Give me the 2 and the 3 stars with heart. Give me these guys. And I hear you. I hear you. I hear you trying to justify the pain that's really in your heart for us not doing what you're used to seeing. But I ask you this, and this is you, RJ, because you really have no dog in the fight. If you were rich once and you went bankrupt, would you say, well, I'd rather be poor than rich again? No, you wouldn't. You're gonna keep doing the rich stuff because that's the only way to get yourself out of the situation. Georgia has top 5 recruiting class year after year and hasn't won a national championship in 40 years. That doesn't mean that they're going to say, well, you know what, we haven't won. Maybe we should do the reverse, because that's not how you win. It's Jimmys and Joes just as much as it's X's and O's. And that's just the way it rolls. Now, if you can, it is about development of talent. And that is something that I still believe and I still hold on to about Mike Norvell. I believe Mike Norvell is a good X's and O's coach. I want to believe that, even no matter what I saw on the football field this year. I want to believe that he could do that. If you could develop a 2 and a 3 star, then you should be able to develop a 4 and a 5 star. It's about picking the right kids who are the right fit. If you can't find the right fit out of so our best player is the 250th ranked player. If there's not a right fit in the first 250 players available in the nation, maybe your school just doesn't have, maybe your offense or your defense doesn't have a proper fit in general. You can't go past that many guys. Alabama can figure out how to get somebody and figure out how to make them fit. And the only way to beat these guys is to recruit on par or on the level of those guys.
Well, I'll also ask this: when you talk about those schools, it seems like they've had an established culture almost. I mean, with FSU, it seems like it's been on the rocks for the last couple
Culture
years.
is such a BS term.
Okay.
It is a buzzword bingo term. I always tell people, tell me the winning locker room that has a bad culture, and you tell me the losing locker room that has a good one. You can't. Winning is what cures all of that. I don't have to, it's the locker room is a brotherhood. Yes, there are things that we share. I was in Tallahassee. I hung out with a good friend of mine, a teammate, Leroy Smith. I didn't get a chance to see Brian McFadden. I saw a lot of other guys. When I see them, it's all love. We remember the good old times. That does not mean that everybody in that locker room I loved, and we did not sing Kumbaya and have bonfires and cook and just always hang out with each other. There were times where I did not like the person necessarily that was to my left or my right, but we had one goal, and that goal that made that culture was winning. Winning is the end all be all.
Well, I'll spin it like this. But you guys knew who your coach was. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Alabama, it's Nick Saban.
Right.
At Georgia, it's Kirby Smart.
So when Nick Saban took over Alabama and they were on the rocks, they had a quote unquote bad culture. They went 7-6 his first year. Do you know what he did the next year? He won the damn SEC. Kirby Smart went 8-5 his first year, if I remember correctly. Then that next year he had a top recruiting class and did everything. Dan Mullen took over a 4-8 University of Florida team. Actually, the seniors in that class won 4 games 2 times in their entire career. The juniors had run 4 games twice in 3 years. Manny Diaz came over and took over a team when he went to Temple that literally had just fired Mark Richt. It had lost their class, and he still finished pretty high. Texas A&M was a perennial, basically 8-5 team when Jimbo Fisher went over there. Jimbo's not playing with his guys. The point is that these guys are winning with people who aren't their guys. Culture and discipline are about respecting the person that is in front of you, period. You want to know if a coach has respect? It doesn't matter. You don't have to be Bobby Bowden. You come in there and you command it. You come in there, you command it, and you get to know the people. The most important, and here's why I'm going to give FSU fans hope, because here's why having the 31st ranked recruiting class isn't the worst, because there are good players in this recruiting class that people wanted. There are good 3-stars in this recruiting class that other teams wanted and would have probably developed them into NFL talent, and Florida State should be able to do it. One of them being Farmer from out of East Gaston or Gaston County, the Gaston County High School that should be Bowles High School here locally, if you remember them. The most important recruiting tool that a new coach, recruiting class that a new coach has to have command over, is the guys who are returning. And now, if you want to tell me that COVID hindered his ability to develop proper relationships and rapport with the players who are on his current roster, I'll give you that. But I'm also going to tell you this right here. Let's pull out the calculators, people, because this is the reason why I don't give anybody an excuse for not having recruiting, because everybody is blessed with the same 168 hours in a week. And they all have money. Now, some have better money and some have this, but there's 168 hours in a week. There are 10 coaches who can recruit anybody. So 168 times 10 is 1,680. There's 4 months that we were on quarantine, and 2 of those months we have 5 weeks. But I'm going to give you 16 weeks because I'm going to give you 2 months off of vacation, right? I'm generous like that. Times 16. That's 26,880 hours during the quarantine for you to develop and build relationships and rapport. There are rules in recruiting that you can't necessarily pick up the phone and call people, but all these kids play the Fortnite mess. All these kids play 2K. All these kids play Madden. They got Zoom. They got Facebook. They got Twitter. They got Instagram. They have all these things. And it's your job to go out there and develop relationships and rapport, because you're not recruiting at Memphis. It's the logo. It's Florida State. There are kids all over this state who have dreams of playing for the Big Three. It's why they call it the Big Three. It's why when Florida can go 4-8, they can still have a top 25 class. It's why Miami, who hasn't won a championship since I was a senior in high school, can still go out there every week and compete. They haven't won a conference championship since they joined the ACC, and they called it the All Canes Conference. And that's not a knock on them. It's just the fact is they know what the logo stands for, and they go off of the tradition. The old heads are embraced. They go out there and they tell you what it is about. They want to play for the logo and the brand.
Okay,
that's it. It's really it's simple. But you should be, if you can't develop relationships with the new guys because you can't get them on campus, nobody could. You have an award-winning film school at Florida State. You should have the greatest online presentations. Now, it's kind of my hate o'clock, but it's grown on me now that I understand the theme. But I'll go into more of that when we get to 8 o'clock. But you should have the best of the best when it comes to visual representation. It's about thinking outside of the box and communicating to those young men on their level. And that's where you don't. And the other reason why I won't, and I brought, so here's what we have. You have Boucher, which is Corey Fuller, that's at Gaston County. That's about, I want to say 30 minutes west of Tallahassee. You've got numerous coaches and you're in Tallahassee. Your coaches have kids that go to Florida High, where there was some big time 4-star and 5-star prospects there. That's easy. That's low hanging fruit right there. Or John Paul Catholic. Tallahassee had about 8 blue chip kids that we got one of. Now we're gonna go bump over to Madison County. That guy has a great relationship in the pipeline. We just didn't get nobody this year because they didn't have anybody. Bump over to the next county. That's Live Oak Swanee. Kyler Hall was my roommate in college. That's a head coach. He has guys. They go to Florida. They go to other places. Got to build that rapport. Bump one more over. That's Lake City, Columbia. Brian Allen was a linebacker on the national championship teams. He played linebacker at Florida State. Now, we did get a guy there, and we are building rapport, and that's good, but it came in late in the game. We should be in there early. Jacksonville. Gerard Ross played DB, was at Florida State when I was there. He coaches at Trinity Christian, which is a pipeline to Ohio State and damn near everywhere else in the nation. Develop that relationship. That's an easy, low-hanging fruit. I'm here at Sandalwood. Bradley Jennings, his son Brandon, was committed to Florida State. Now he's at Maryland. He's got a son that's at the University of Miami as well. He coaches at Sandalwood High School. Build that relationship. Get the rapport. Get into those guys' face. And I could go on and on in every major city in the state of Florida. Now, you talk about you have a lot of guys in your class who came from places where, coach, I looked at it, there were 4 guys. You signed 16. You can't tell me that's 25% when 25% is 4. You're going out of the state to get guys when you can go in state. And I don't want to hear about you didn't have time to develop relationships, because there are rules for your players. There are rules for recruits, but there are no rules for alumni. And I just gave you the damn panhandle. Is that fair? I forgot the number. I forgot the number, but it was high. It's like 16,880. Was that the number?
Yeah, roundabout.
16,880 hours during the quarantine, and that's not including the rest of the time. You had nothing to do. You were not on campus. You had nothing but time to develop relationships.
I'll ask this, because Rick brought it up, but I want your opinion. How much do you put on Florida State, the university, for not putting Norvell's feet to the fire when they said, okay, great, you got the job, but they allowed him to coach in the championship game for Memphis?
That's true. That's on the university. The admin, I'll always blame them. The admin is also to blame for not giving him the tools and which are necessary to be able to be successful. But that was for Taggart. But you took the job. I don't care. Like I used to hear, I heard this say, it is terrible, but in sports you hear sayings like this. The locker room is really not what a lot of people want to be able to hear, because we use vernacular, we use phrases that are maybe not PC, but I don't want to hear about the labor. I just want to see the baby. Like, you took the job. It's a pressure cooker. You probably got to learn a lot on the fly. And it's worse when you took it over with COVID, with the quarantine, with the lockdown, and all these new challenges that present themselves. But at the end of the day, you took the damn job. You got to understand what is there. But so again, there are chances. He's just got to revamp, and he's got to go in there and really dig in, develop the relationships with the kids who are going to be there, and find the most readily available transfer portal guys. But I got news for you. You can't develop this culture that everybody loves to use as buzz terms. You can't develop a culture of wanting guys to stay and play for the logo with a bunch of guys who didn't want to stay and play for the logo that they came from. That doesn't make any sense. Just run that in your mind. You want to develop consistency, a foundation, and loyalty with a bunch of guys who weren't loyal to the last place that they were at. It doesn't make any sense. And lastly, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to tell you that we don't need 4 and 5 stars. I'm cool with 3 stars. I was that guy. I wasn't a 4 or 5 star myself. I developed, but I had guys around me that were 4 and 5 stars that helped bring it up out of me. You can only impart what you are, and you can only develop when there's iron around you to sharpen. Like, guys got to get better. Practices got to be more intense, and you can't get it you can't be intense with a bunch of people who don't know how to be intense. You get better by being around better players, and it'll get better. There is hope. I hope he can X's in those ways. I like the Mackenzie Milton thing. Me and Denny talked about that. RJ, I need that breakdown of what Denny talked about with Mackenzie Milton, because it was really, really good, and people need to hear that. But I want to just, the signing day was not to standard, and don't get mad at people for not being giddy about not meeting the standard. Like, don't get mad at me for the expectations that were laid out by the history in the years of Florida State being Florida State. It's a very easy way to get everybody happy and have them not complain anymore. Do what you're supposed to do. We'll be right back on the other side.
Make Monday feel like game day with Post Game Monday.
To me, the most important aspect of winning is chemistry.
Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day. Brought to you by Dandy Foods, home of the Monster Turkey Wedge. So good it's scary on 1010XL.
It's employee pricing for all at Key Buick GMC. Come see all the new Buick Encore GX, where you can save up to 20% on 2020 and 2021 models. Receive 0.9% financing plus down payment assistance for up to 72 months on Buick Encores, Envisions, and Enclaves. Key Buick GMC, where every new Buick and GMC comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit them today across the street from Tinseltown, Southside, and Gate.
Mike Dempsey here for Omaha Steaks. You want a great deal this holiday season? Head to omahasteaks.com. When you get there, enter Dempsey, D-E-M-P-S-E-Y in the search bar, and you're going to get all kinds of great savings. I love it when a package arrives at my door from Omaha Steaks. Famously tender steaks, amazing meats, and those delicious made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets. They don't last long in my house, let me tell you that. And right now, you can get a mouth-watering steakhouse caliber package from Omaha Steaks at an exclusive price for my listeners called the Deluxe Grillers Assortment. For $129.99, you'll get a package that includes, among other things, 4 famously fork-cut, butcher-cut filet mignons, 8 boneless chicken breasts, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, burgers, individually wrapped scalloped potatoes, 4 made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets. That's right. This package includes a free digital meat thermometer as well, and 4 free Omaha Steak burgers. Just go to omahasteaks.com, enter code Dempsey into the search bar, and order this package today. You'll get the free burgers, the digital meat thermometer. That's omahasteaks.com, enter code Dempsey.
Peterbrook Chocolatier is your holiday gifting headquarters. Your favorite treats and chocolate-covered popcorn to custom gift baskets. There's something for everyone on your list. So shop early and often at your local Peterbrook.
Ackerman Urology gives you the home field advantage. Don't trust your sexual health to the internet. Our local urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Don't ignore symptoms that hold you back. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Hacker here. Be listening for my early signing day preview as I fill you in on where the area's top football prospects will be playing their college football. Early signing day previews are presented by Renewal by Anderson and McGowan's Heating and Air.
Looking to upgrade your old wardrobe? Let Mariano's Custom Tailor on Beach Boulevard custom-made suits and shirts for you. We also do alterations. Come to our store or we'll come to you. Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
The new year is fast approaching, and your homeowner's insurance may be expiring. Now's the time to compare our rates easily at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Hi, Flying Jacko here for Hardball Creative. If you're positively negative, congratulations. Now order some company shirts and hats.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost or broken keys and keyless entry remotes. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
I was about to say, is the man going to come in and tell him what we're listening to?
Oh, I was waiting for you to get situated, so I just didn't spring it upon you.
No, that's cool. This is the vibe. I like this song, man. This is Troy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good song. Let me read the text line a little bit. 707. Who's talking right now? That was a 3-year starter at FSU. You must be new here, so I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Because how long I've been doing this? We're in year 6, so me and Denny are going to try to plan a 6-year anniversary live show for people to come out that first week in January. So mark it on your calendar; it'll be somewhere. 465. Give us the backstory on We Wanted Bama. Yeah. I thought we were going to be good that year. We had DeAndre we were coming off of a 10-win season. DeAndre Francois was the quarterback. We didn't have Dalvin Cook. We had Cam Akers, who I believed was Dalvin Cook-ish. And he turned out to be actually got drafted higher than Dalvin, but has a lot of similarities. And they didn't beat the brakes off of us, but they definitely effectively destroyed the program. If we want to circle to a tipping point moment, that wasn't what led to the program downfall, but that definitely was a certified tipping moment with that. Carrot cake is pretty delicious, Dom. Not talking about Notre Dame. And 400, Taven Bryan will always be near and dear to our hearts. So he stinks, and that's about it. And join us on Facebook, on the Twitter, on YouTube. We need you guys to join these things because of some of the stuff we want to do in 2021. It's imperative that those things grow. It's imperative that those things we get that YouTube channel over 1,000 views. Over 1,000 subscriptions. We got to get our Facebook page over 10,000 subscriptions. It helps bring us to other people. So anytime that you can like, share, do some things, we're going to give some giveaways, some Sports Den swag, some MFTK swag, some tickets, some exclusive things that you can do even if you want to come here, hang out on the benches if COVID clears up. We'll bring you guys in. We're interactive. We're a show for the people. We like for you guys to have a good time. So some FSU fans really, I guess, enjoyed that rant. I didn't know how that went. I thought it was pretty easy. I'm not mad. I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm kind of at it is what it is standpoint. Does that make sense?
It does. Because you made, Rick went after him. You kind of, I guess you were playing more of like the good cop, after the bad cop comes in and, hits you around a couple times. And now it's just like, okay, guys, what really happened? Let us know. We'll let you go.
Yeah, and it's not even so much that. It's just more like I get we should. What pisses me off more is that we're turning kids away. Like I see the film, and it's my opinion. It's my opinion. At the end of but I get paid for an opinion, so that's and you can have your opinion, fan, as well. But when I see kids like Amari Harvey, right, and everybody in the nation recruited Amari Harvey out of Tallahassee. It's Amari Harvey's 40 time was a 4.7 at one camp. It wasn't the greatest in the world. But I've seen Amari Harvey consistently lock up kids. He is a ball player. How does an Amari Harvey, leave? How do you let him get out? This is the best talent in your backyard that they've had since I came out in 2002. And you can field pretty damn good teams with a bunch of talent from the Big Bend area. Your squad, when I read off the Miami list, again, but here's the glowing difference, right? There are 4 guys that were recruited by alumni, or I think it's 6 of the 16 recruits commits, and I could be wrong. Don't bash me. I don't have it in my face anymore. My phone's charging. That were commits from out of the state of Florida. We had a lot more that were from outside of the state, and a lot of our energy was vested in going out of state. Whereas Miami only had 4 commits from out of the state. or excuse no, yeah, 4 commits if I remember correctly. 4. When I was playing and when we were hot, we didn't go to South Carolina. And don't get me wrong, this kid Burrow is a 3-star wide receiver. Nice, right? I want him. I can't wait to see what he progresses into. But during Bowden's time, we didn't go to South Carolina and get the 52nd ranked player in the state of South Carolina. We got the top 5 ranked player in the state of South Carolina, the top player in North Carolina, the top player in Louisiana, top 10 player in Texas, top 10 player in California. Recruiting is like game. It's like running game, trying to holler at somebody. If you believe that you can only get ugly chicks, you know what you're going to go for? Ugly chicks. If you believe that you can go get the baddest chick on the block, you're going to go for the baddest chick on the block, and that's all you're going to go for. You think Jay-Z just started going after Beyonce's when he got his money and and his money was pretty and his face was ugly? Listen to Mike Tyson talk about how he's always gone after the pretty chick. You can't be afraid. You got to go for the gusto. You got to go for the best, and you got to be able to run that. You got to have a good talk game. Or it's an incredible waste of resources because in year 1, which is all we got, we have a worse record. We have a worse recruiting class, and we've spent double the money that we would have on a coach. That's just not efficient. So, anyways, you had a question for me before we started the show, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So, I like when you bring some stuff. You saw me coming in here naked without my partner Denny, even though we got Berenstein Bear over here. What was it was a good question though.
Right. Well, I've been listening to a lot of Gilbert Arenas lately. He has his own podcast and he's doing things on YouTube. And for what you want to say about Gilbert Arenas, the player and what he did off the court, I think he's learned his lesson. And his basketball mind is just genius. But he had, I guess LeBron James asked him to give an assessment of his son Bronny. And Gilbert Arenas basically said, quote, "He's you. The difference between you and him at this point is you needed basketball to get out of where you were." And so you look at LeBron James, he came out of Akron, Ohio, single parent household, used the game to get out of his situation. That's not the same with Bronny James. And you can see with Bronny, he's with a esports team now. He's doing Twitch and all this other stuff. And I guess for me, I've wondered because I've heard you, talk about, hey, I played football to get out of my situation. You've also created, a better life for your children. And, they play football. You talk about how you want them to, follow in your footsteps and play. Does having a quote unquote easier upbringing like a LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, does that kind of take away the dog from you? I guess that's what I've wanted to ask.
No, it was a guy who said that an esteemed journalist that I want to punch in the face one day. Jason Fatlock, that said oh man, sometimes I forget what words I can say and what words I can't. So let me backtrack because the stupidity, you're saying it with all ignorance, and I love it. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying you are ignorant to the situation.
Yes.
He said this with all the arrogance and the bigotry, the sloppiness, the laziness of a man who's never accomplished a single sit-up in his entire life. And I hate him. Just want to make sure that's clear. Jason La Canfora, that was a misunderstanding. I just asked him a question about how he got to something and he got offended. I really don't like Jason Whitlock.
I don't like him either.
I want people to understand that it's on site with Jason Whitlock. Like when I see him, like it's going to be anyways, but we'll get to that later. One day on another show. He said that LeBron James has a built-in advantage over a pilgrim or over a white athlete. He said this, so it's not me painting white and black. That was his stance because of the circumstances that he came from. Because they use words like he was more hungry, like it's legit hungry, malnourished. Like if you go look at a picture of Bronny, they got the comparison of Bronny James at 16 and LeBron at 16. Bronny looks like a man. LeBron looks skinny. And the somebody brought it up. The simple fact is Bronny's eating steak, protein that has a nutritionist. LeBron James was eating ramen noodles with sausages cut up in it. With some oodles and noodles with shrimp, thinking it was fancy. Like, you can't help the zip code that you're born in, but you can help if you're a punk. My sons won't have to play. Yes, their reasoning for having to play sports will be different than mine. But if I'm being honest, my sister played sports for a different reason too. It's just like she became a lawyer. Like, we came from the same background. I mean, the circumstances were a little bit better by the time she came around, but both grew up in the hood. Single parent. Mom did a damn good job. Now, the food got a little bit better because she didn't have to feed me no more. This is one kid she had to feed. But if I would have had the meals that I got at Florida State, like, I gained 30 pounds the minute I went to Florida State, because I'm going from eating lunch and dinner, like, and just a little bit of lunch and not a lot of bit of dinner, to eating 4 meals a day and 3 snacks, like protein after morning workout as a snack, protein after practice, protein before I go to bed, breakfast, lunch, dinner, a ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich. Like, we're going through, they're feeding you. So like you're burnt. So as an athlete, like, I think at one point my the amount of calories I burned was like 7,000 calories a day. So I'm actually I'm replacing it with 7,000 calories a day. So I'm maintaining a weight or growing the way I need to grow. When you're burning 7,000 calories a day and you're only bringing in 2,500, like, eventually there's going to be a breakdown, but you're not going to grow. So that's the difference. My sons will have access, whatever sport they choose to play. If they want to play baseball, their goddad is Terrence Freeman, who's the first African-American coach in for USA Baseball. Or I can go see my dog Amar, who's at Dome Sports. I can go get him the best hitting coach or the best fielding coach. I had my goddamn Paul Bailey teach me how to, like, the 1 year I played baseball, he didn't know how to, we didn't know what he was doing. And it wasn't no YouTube or Google then. It was some random book that they go out there and they try to do that. If he wants to play basketball, another one of his godfathers, Gordon McKenzie, has Cream City basketball. I'm going to send him to Gordon. He'll teach him how to hoop, how to dribble. Or I could go see oh man, bottom line, I can go see whoever he wants based upon my access and who I was. Football is easy. I can go get him. I can train him with speed and agility, or I could go get him to somebody. I could put him in the best high school that fits his needs. Whether it's private school or public school, I can afford it. Whereas I couldn't. So while there's more access to where he could be a better developed athlete, now the hard part, it's just like when we were talking about recruiting classes. People saying, like Mike Norvell making the dumbass statement that I want a 5-star mentality or whatever. You can't judge that. I don't know. Like, when I was coaching at Ponte Vedra, there were some stone cold killers on the football field whose parents were millionaires. One of the best linebacker prospects that's come out of this area, didn't pan out in college, was a kid named Dylan Bates. His father was Bill Bates, aka the executioner for the Dallas Cowboys. I trained Dylan, coached him. I coached with him. He was on defense, but I've known him for quite some time. Dylan's work ethic was better than any inner city kid that I had. He did not care. He wanted to punish you, and he wanted to be better than you, and he wanted to dominate you. And he had every resource to do that. That's a mentality that basically reflects parenthood. So like LeBron will put, because even now, LeBron doesn't need anything. LeBron's first contract was $100 million with Nike.
Yeah, off of a sneaker alone.
So if the mindset is your son, you play because you needed it, he plays because he wants to, was the reason LeBron doesn't need it anymore. He's literally playing it now because he wants to, and there's something. Actually, you know what? There was something that Dylan had. And Dylan played at the University of Tennessee. Dylan followed his dad's footsteps, which his dad is a legend at Tennessee, which is even harder to do. he wanted to be better than his dad. So what LeBron, and I've heard my son say that, and where some dads think it's arrogant, it made me smile on the inside. Because I ain't going to let you be better than me. You're going to have to beat me. You want to be the alpha? You got to come claim the title. I'm going to do that for my 7-year-old, and I'm going to do it for my 2-year-old. And God forbid my 2-year-old is probably going to whoop my ass when it comes down to that time, because he is a bully. So, but again, those are the things. I think you can impart that into your children. But if you become complacent, you can't impart that. Like, you can only impart what you are. And if your kids can't get it from you, they'll get it from somebody else. My father was a bully. He didn't raise me, but I knew of him. But I had other men in my life, some coaches who imparted that in me. So I believe you're just as much as you're a product of your environment, you're a product of your development. So on that note, we're gonna go. We got 8 o'clock coming up. Brought to you by Alcavita Alkaline Water. We'll be right back.
I'm Hayes Carlyon. Get news, rumors, and my opinions on your favorite team as they roll through the regular season. Find my blog at 1010xl.com. Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing.
All offers with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
Think how great it'll feel when you pull up to the house knowing you got the deal of the year from your friends at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Drive home happy in a new 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $269 a month. Take advantage of employee pricing plus and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on a brand new Ram 1500 Crew Cab. $11,000. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
You're ready to get back into yoga, so you order the essentials. A non-slip mat, yoga blocks to keep balance, and an exercise ball. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member, which you put towards your most essential yoga gear. Noise-canceling headphones.
Welcome. Take a deep breath. Breathe.
Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more-rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
Need your carpets and tiles looking great for the special holiday party? Give Zero Res a call. Zero Res technicians are cleaning freaks. Google it and read over 2,500 5-star reviews. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey folks, Chick-fil-A Catering is here to help make it a little easier to bring your family together during the holiday season. Whether you need a full meal, a side dish, or dessert, choose from a variety of trays like Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and brownies. Perfect for any size get-together. And you can easily order it all through the Chick-fil-A app. Place your contactless order in the app, online, or by calling ahead, and pick it up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Have a great holiday season and have it with Chick-fil-A.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
You're not supposed to be ripped when you're old.
Rob Schneider.
Because your skin gets stretched too thin. It's like, look how ripped I am. Yeah, but I could see your heart.
Catch a limited capacity live stand-up comedy event with Rob Schneider, December 20th at Florida Theater. Actor, comedian, screenwriter, and director, Rob Schneider. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com or call the Florida Theater box office at 355-ARTS.
You're busy. That's why 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide was created, to help make gift giving easy. Find great gift ideas from
Black Sheep and Restaurant Orsay,
Fisherman's Dock Seafood Market,
and Coastal Indoor Golf.
Go to 1010XL.com today.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. 2 things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
Fenwick Home Services Home Comfort Tune-Up event is on. Beat the crowds and call now. You'll get your 21-point
full system tune-up for just $59. Plus, lock in your comprehensive full system spring AC tune-up for just $29 more. Fenwick pros always wear gloves and a face mask. They always disinfect tools and surfaces and follow CDC guidelines. So don't wait. Call 660-0556 or visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are you having difficulty paying your IRS personal or business taxes due to COVID-19? Under the IRS's People First COVID-19 Tax Relief Program, there has never been a better time than now to settle your tax debt. Call J. David Tax Law today for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hate out.
I gotta be professional. Just nothing chaps me or makes me more thirsty than somebody messing up the best segment in all of 1010XL, and that's Hate O'Clock, which is brought to you by Alcavita Alkaline Water. It's the best water you could possibly drink. Barry, my esteemed co-host for the day, has drank all of my Alcavita Alkaline Water, so I'm going to go to alcavita.life, ALKAVITA.life, to go order me some, and they'll deliver it to my house. Or I can go to One Square in the Regency Square Mall and purchase it, or find a variety of other places that do not pay SportsDen for mentioning them, that you can go find and go purchase that as well. Alcavita Alkaline Water has a 8 on the pH scale, which is really, really good for helping flush out your system as you guys really eat bad or you're about to revamp and start living healthy once this new year comes. Really double down on this, drink it, helps flush your system, helps keep you hydrated in the best way possible. That's Alcavita Life. Alcavita Alkaline Water brings you Hate O'Clock each and every night. One, how much time do I roughly have? Because you stole a minute header from me.
You got like 10 minutes.
All right, cool. And we're still gonna be good with Gator Dave.
We are.
All right, cool. All right. Do you have a Hate O'Clock, RJ?
Well, I already told you what my Hate O'Clock was. My Hate O'Clock would basically be circling around back to you as well. Not you being my Hate O'Clock, but for fans that want to make fun of LiAngelo Ball for not, making the official roster of the Detroit Pistons.
Gotcha.
I understand that, if you look at the three Ball brothers, you would say the middle one's not the most talented. However, Doug Gottlieb had came out with a tweet yesterday essentially saying, hey, listen, LiAngelo Ball has done something which, he wasn't able to do in his basketball playing career, and that was make a training camp. He played overseas for many years. He went to the Lakers mini camp. He played in summer league. He went to the Minnesota Timberwolves summer camp, but he didn't make a training camp. I would feel like people would say, well, James was great in college. It didn't translate to the end. But James made, training camps.
I got paid.
Right.
No, I'm saying like I was on the team. I was on the 06 team. This wasn't any good.
Okay, well, I
just didn't make it past that.
He was on the team. Why do individuals, just because you don't have the quote unquote success of being, let's say, a star in the NBA or the NFL or something like that, why does that all of a sudden equal failure when he's done something that many basketball players will not be able to do. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of aspiring athletes' dream is to go pro, but some of them may not be able to make a training camp.
I'll tell you, here's the reason why. It's because people live vicariously through reality TV. Or basically, reality TV is your Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff. Used to be Real World, things like that. But basically, the way 24/7 news cycle is, our athletes are our reality TV. We live through them. You live through their party lifestyle. That's what made Dennis Rodman such an attractive figure when he was playing, because he was party, he was wild. You're able to that's when I don't understand when people cry about championships, because you didn't do anything. But people live through that, and I guess it's a different mentality as an athlete who's done it. Like, I can't cry for somebody else winning. I can be happy for them, but that moment doesn't do nothing for me, unless it's like a true friend or like my son or somebody like that. But I will say this: we live in a troll nature, in a troll world, and a guy, Emmanuel Echo, he was a DB. I think he's a host on the NFL Network. And somebody brought up the fact that he was cut 5 times, and they brought up his failures. And he talked about how his failures led him to the path that he is now. So while LiAngelo failed, but he failed on a scale that most people can never even get to. It's kind of like Chris Brown said in that song, "How you gonna hate outside the club? You can't even get in." Or to quote one of my favorite rappers, Jay-Z, "I'd rather die enormous than live dormant." So if you're gonna fail epically. What better way for your NBA career your basketball career to end than being cut in the NBA? Sure as hell beats being cut on JV. Sure as hell beats being cut in the NAIA bar, ending like that. So
he could still go overseas and play. And
he's played overseas. My thing is he has an opportunity where he can make 6 figures for a significant portion of his life. And when he's done, he can go help his brothers. That whole thing what LeVar Ball has built with his sons, again, comfort. They lived in an area of California where the poor make millions. But his sons did not need to do that, but they had a drive. It was built by the dad, who probably didn't accomplish much, but he pushed them. And he was a great man, and he imparted that. And people don't like him because he was loud and outspoken. But if you don't like people being loud and outspoken, you pray for them to fail. Well, when they don't fail, it just leads them to have more. So it's just what people do the build up for the fall.
Well, even like LeVar to some degree. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I don't know if he would be lying about this. But he was on a practice a practice team in the NFL. He said he was on the practice team for the Jets. Didn't make it past that, but I mean, he accomplished something like that. I know, as much as we make fun of him, but I mean, for me, I wanted to be a professional who I was decent, but not enough.
What it does is it only affects the people who are in your inner circle, and sometimes you get little chuckles and things like that. When people say stuff like that, my 8 o'clock on Monday, when people are like, "You're not an FSU fan, you're this," I'm like, it's only one of us that you can Google. I can't Google you. Or even with radio, somebody say you just have a show in Jacksonville. I was like, I just have a show in the top 50 market that only has 2 sports radio stations, and it's very difficult. And that other station only has 1 local show, so it's hard to get on radio. But once you're on and the show's listened to by people, because I know, because they repeat what I say, or they tell me what I say, and I done forgot what I said half the time. So that's that. My 8 o'clock real quick. It's not really hate because it grew on me. Today, National Signing. Actually, you know what? Let's table that, because I want to get Gator Dave. I want to talk about the Gators National Signing Day. Remind me after we get Dave on, though. I want to talk about the graphics and pretty much on all National Signing Day, and the things I liked, the things I didn't like. But we're going to have Gator Dave up next. But remember, this is brought to you by Alcavita Alkaline Water. Stay hydrated, my people. We'll be right back.
I'm Mike Dempsey, and this fall, Mark Brunell joins me every Tuesday at 11 o'clock on Jaguars Today, thanks to Armor Guard Exteriors. Join us then to hear what the former quarterback has to say about the home team on 1010 XL.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
We're celebrating with employee pricing for all at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. You pay what our employees pay. Save up to $11,000 off a brand new Ram. And that's not all. Get 0% financing. Make no monthly payments for 90 days. Get more for your trade and save for the holiday. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram I-295 and Bay Meadows.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their physicians. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
Mike Dempsey here for Omaha Steaks. Want a great deal this holiday season? Head to omahasteaks.com. When you get there, enter Dempsey, Dempsey in the search bar, and you're going to get all kinds of great savings. I love it when a package arrives at my door from Omaha Steaks. Famously tender steaks, amazing meats, and those delicious made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets. They don't last long in my house, let me tell you that. And right now, you can get a mouth-watering steakhouse caliber package from Omaha Steaks at an exclusive price for my listeners called the Deluxe Grillers Assortment. For $129.99, you'll get a package that includes, among other things, 4 famously fork-cut, butcher-cut filet mignons, 8 boneless chicken breasts, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, burgers, individually wrapped scalloped potatoes, 4 made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets. That's right. This package includes a free digital meat thermometer as well and 4 free Omaha Steak burgers. Just go to omahasteaks.com, enter code Dempsey into the search bar, and order this package today. You'll get the free burgers, the digital meat thermometer. That's omahasteaks.com, enter code Dempsey.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Hope Haven believes in children and youth with special needs and abilities and has developed programs to help ensure their success. Find out more about their employment services and internship program at hope-haven.org.
Big Brothers Big Sisters nurtures local kids and strengthens communities. You build positive relationships that have a lasting effect on young people. Get involved at bbbs.org.
Habitat for Humanity helps families build and improve their homes. If you want to build a better Jacksonville, visit habitat.org.
Join Jacksonville's City Rescue Mission to help transform the lives of the homeless and needy. crmjax.org.
First Coast YMCA helps develop Jacksonville's youth. You can help our children find a better future at fcymca.org.
If you're involved with a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, visit our website to find out how at 1010xl.com.
Business has changed, but at Ameris Bank, our commitment to partnership remains steady. Local businesses are the heartbeat of our community, and they'll need new tools to operate successfully. Contactless payments, remote deposit, e-commerce platforms, and more. We're here to make sure you have what you need to operate in today's climate. Let's get back to business together. Learn more at amerisbank.com/back-to-business. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
No one said gift shopping was easy, except the person who shops with 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide. Get great gift ideas from
Tobacco Cove,
Massage Envy, Woodcraft of Jacksonville,
and Woody's Barbecue.
Go to 1010XL.com today.
Here around 1010XL, there are a couple of things that you know we love. We love sports, and man, do we love to eat. And when it comes to eating, Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They make their sandwiches with more meats and more cheeses, just the way we like them. And right now, on special, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for just $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans. Daly's Dash, because more is better.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at customconcretejacks.com. That's customconcretejacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
This is by far one of my favorite Biggie songs right here. I got a story to tell. I got tons of stories. Did I click this right? Is he on? Or what?
Yeah. He's live. All I got to do is pot him up now.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Anyways, though, we got to do a segment of me telling stories about my playing days and wild stuff that I've been in. But a guy who I have the utmost respect for, even though he reports for a school that I absolutely hate, and I love when they stink, even though they're pretty good right now. David Waters, Gator Breakdown. I call him Gator Dave, but he's got one of the best podcasts when it comes to listening and talking about Gators from just a true perspective. Like I actually listen to his podcast as a note. Especially when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to some of the guests that he's had, he's really dope. Good friend. I think he's a good friend. He may not like me, but because I'm a Noel. Actually, everybody should like their Noel friends right now because we stink. What's going on, What's going on, Gator Dave?
Hey, man. Thanks for the kind words. No, it was mutual, man. I catch it. So, but yeah, I mean, Florida fans were kind of looking forward to today a little bit, especially after disappointing Saturday night loss to LSU.
Right. Before we get into that, me and Denny Thompson we spent Monday, and we even Sundays nights are dedicated to being miserable about the Jags. But we had to get into a little bit of that. What in the hell was Daniel Mullen thinking, not playing Pitts? And why is Pitts still playing for Daniel Mullen?
I mean, he was in. He didn't play Saturday night. He was part of the 3-player SEC championship interviews for Florida. So, he's definitely going to play this week. You would think he could play last week. And I know they're saying all the right things. Look, I was there and I was watching him pregame. I didn't notice anything wrong with him. And look, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell from that far away. But he looked fine to me. And they're saying the right things that the medical staff didn't clear him. But yeah, I don't know if I believe that or not. I think they probably took LSU a little bit lightly. Didn't think they needed him, and turns out they probably did. So they shouldn't have needed to. They shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. But hey, you don't see Alabama out there holding their best players out a week before the SEC championship game and trying to save players. They're playing 100 miles an hour, no matter who they're playing, and all their starters are out there starting the game at least and putting in reps. But it did look a little weird that Kyle Pitts wasn't out there, and when it looked to me before the game, he was A-OK ready to go.
Yeah, that was very weird. I'm all about blowing teams out if I can. Like, the best mercy that you can show somebody is making it quick. If they would have put Kyle Pitts out there, they probably could have got up 28 real easy and then let him rest. Like,
right? Yeah, that was my point too. Yeah, if you want to rest, get up big and get your young guys in. But they didn't play it the right way.
Yeah. Well, the one of the things about staying on top and one of the things that always perplexes me is recruiting and Florida fans. You guys are never satiated. It doesn't matter how good your class, how high it's ranked, it's never enough. You have the number 8, I think, the number 7 ranked recruiting class at 247 composite, and it seems like you got some good needs. You got quarterback, you got some pretty good players across the board. Can you kind of just go into detail with who are some of the guys who are the studs, the darlings of the class, or some people that we should know about, and what's your overall thoughts on the class?
Well, start local. Marcus Burke just had a big game tonight for state championship for Trinity Christian. 7 catches, 145 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And 2 touchdowns were in the fourth quarter. One of those being a game winner. And he signed with Florida this morning and just had a heck of a state final game tonight. So you're getting a playmaker at wide receiver there to go along with these quarterbacks, Carlos Del Rio, Wilson, and Jalen Kitna from Texas. And James is pretty funny, man. I mean, everybody kind of says, "Oh yeah, I bet Dan Mullen." I've seen it this week a little bit. Maybe Dan Mullen can't wait to get back. Even what Kyle Trask is doing, can't wait to get back to a running quarterback. Well, his recruiting doesn't say that. Carlos Del Rio and Jalen Kitna are both known for their arms more so than their legs. They're more known as a pro-style passer But look, you got Anthony Richardson and Emory Jones is more of that dual threat. You got a 2022 kid who's out of Valdosta, Ja'Cory Brown, who's probably their top target at quarterback there. So Dan Mullen's doing a good job of mixing these types of quarterbacks that we've seen him win with now that he's won with Tim Tebow, Dak Prescott, and now Kyle Trask. So it doesn't look like he's going to just kind of stick with one mold of quarterback. He's going to go get, both styles and try and make it work either way. He's not going to be cemented to one style there. Kind of to extend the class a little bit, Jason Marshall, big-time cornerback out of Miami Palmetto. His teammate, safety Corey Collier's up there as well. So Florida got a really good safety, really good cornerback from down there in Miami Palmetto, South Florida area. He did a really good job also keeping Tyreek Sapp, big-time strong side defensive end for the Gators down there from South Florida as well. Alabama maybe tried to make a run late there, but he stuck with it. Stuck there for the Gators at a position of need. And then talking about positions of need, the last guy I'll really go into and kind of just focus in on, Florida needs some beef up the middle. They got Gervin Dexter last cycle, and they need a big tight end or a big defensive tackle, Desmond Watson, 6'5", 380. That's his listing, James. And he's going to need to lose a little bit of that weight, but Florida needs a cog there in the middle. They went and identified Watson. He's been committed for a little while now, signed today. So Gators definitely got some positions of need today.
Nice. Talking with David Waters, the premier guy when it comes to Gator information. Rival gang, or aka rival, well, not just a rival, but rival news station, but it's okay. He's still a good people. They got good people over there. He's not First Coast News, but they do a good job over there at the other station. I can't give y'all any props, but no free pub. But so you talk about, so what were the holes? Like, was there anything that was just a glaring thing that that Dan Mullen's probably like, damn, if I could get that back, I would have recruited this kid harder?
Well, offensive line right now, there was a whisper that they may get the Tate kid from Clemson, the offensive lineman. He visited over the weekend on a secret, Marcus Tate, a secret visit to Gainesville over the weekend. That wasn't enough to sway him. One of the best offensive linemen in the country that you thought maybe you might have had a chance for against Clemson, but it didn't work out that way. They only signed 2 offensive linemen today: 4-star Yusuf McGarble from North Carolina and Jake Slaughter from Trinity Catholic Ocala, 4-star and a 3-star there. That's just 2 of them right now. They've kind of held off on other 3. I think they're going to try and go after some bigger targets, but the offensive line's got to get better. And I know John Hevesy has a really good track record for developing, not the blue chip offensive lineman, but talent's got to come across there a little bit when you're facing these defensive lines week in and week out that you're facing right now in the SEC. And first you want to get a baseline. You want to get a better baseline to start with. You don't want to have to develop everybody from a project and it takes 3 or 4 years. You want to maybe try and get some guys that can contribute early on in their career to create some sort of competition there at offensive line. And offensive line hasn't played up to par the last couple of years for Florida, especially in the running game. So got some work to do up until February to try and shore up that offensive line, because that's where the Gators are hurting in this recruiting class more so than any other position.
So if they do take any more high school prep products, it'll be more so along the offensive line and possibly at safety.
Possibly at safety. Terry Arnold is another guy at safety to keep an eye on. I know he was an early FSU lead there before I think the troubles with Taggart and then the transition there to Norvell. Probably still worth watching out for FSU there. We'll see where it goes. But I would say Florida, Alabama right now would be the 2 schools I'd look out for there for Arnold, and then. Tristan Lee is another offensive line. He visited Florida over the weekend. Was thought to be maybe going to sign with Oklahoma today. He delayed his decision after his visit to Gainesville this weekend. He was supposed to sign today. Now he's not going to sign until February. He has a few schools listed up there at the top for him: Oklahoma, Florida, Ohio State, being the main programs. So somebody to watch out for there. But yeah, I would say up front for Florida and then Terry and Arnold.
Okay. Any preview for the SEC championship? I'm sorry. I want you to be able to cheer. I think Atlanta's beautiful this time of year. Enjoy some of it. Go see the Trap Museum. Get you some chicken and waffles. Go do a brunch on Sunday. They do those very well. I would not stay up too late for the SEC championship game, though. I just think they're going to demolish you. But I think not demolish. Let me rephrase that. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Alabama edges you out by 2 touchdowns at the end.
There you go. That's about what I have. I think I put on the podcast today 52-38 Alabama. And look, I mean, 50 points. I mean, but right now, I just don't see this Florida defense being able to stop them. I mean, hardly anybody stopping them. And this Florida defense just through 10 games of this season still can't get lined up. Still seem confused. I don't know what that's about 10 games into the season, but they struggled all year in that regard. They haven't faced a passing offense like Alabama probably since early season. Ole Miss, Texas A&M. A bit, so it's been a while since Florida's faced the passing offense. While it looked like the defense was getting better, probably a little bit of fool's gold, and I think we'll see that Saturday night there, especially coming off the LSU game. You had a true freshman come in there and kind of light you up a bit. But this Florida offense gives them a chance. They go out there and play their A game. They can make it a shootout and make the game and keep the game a little bit closer. But in the end, I agree with you, James. I think Alabama's defense is good enough to get a couple stops. I don't think I can't see Florida's defense being good enough to get those key couple stops late.
Yeah, it's really just the safety position is just it's just really bad. And then
there's been no development there, man. I don't get it. It's just the third year of Todd Grantham, and that position group has gotten worse in all 3 years there.
And I gotta go.
And it's the same players.
But I'd be remiss to ask, what the hell was he thinking? Like, I just would have anybody asked my man, like when he picked up the shoe and he threw it, like what was going through his head to make him think that was? So I'm not bashing him like that, but it was funny at first. But now I'm curious, why pick it up and throw it 20 yards?
Right. Yeah, especially for an inexperienced player. And you do that. Marco Wilson's got plenty of experience under him, and just you wonder what goes through your head there. You know what you're doing. Now I know you get caught up in the moment and all that, but I mean you have a shoe in your hand, and why your first instinct is just to not drop it or give it back, or you do it, toss it 5 yards or something. Okay, whatever. But I mean to chuck it, to Hail Mary it, I don't know, man. It was so odd.
Oh, well, man, appreciate you coming on. How can people get a hold of you? Where can they see your stuff?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at GatorDave_SEC. Catch the podcast, Gators Breakdown, on every major podcast platform out there, YouTube version out there as well. And James, man, I can't thank you enough for having me.
Man, appreciate you coming in and giving us some insight. So I don't want people to think it would have just been all trolls with me with no Denny. So, but I'm glad to hear about that. Congratulations on the class. Don't get too much better. Can't wait for y'all to be the 4-win team again, and us to be the 2-win team. So appreciate it, Dave. We'll chat with you later. All right, that's Gator David Waters, Gator Breakdown. Make sure you go check him out on Twitter. Very good follow if you're a Florida Gator fan. If you're just a fan of journalism in general, please support those who support the Sports Den. That's my guy. Anyway, we're going to take one more break. We're going to come back. I guess it'll be our final break. We'll come back with me and Barry. He's been very active. Thank you for contributing so much to the broadcast. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go on Facebook Live, YouTube, or on the Periscope, and you can like or subscribe to the page so that you can be watching us. Make sure you tell other people. We need these channels to grow so that in 2021 we can bring you some of the best premium content that's on any sports, especially locally here in Jax or anywhere else. It's very creative stuff that we want to do. The Sports Den will be right back.
Even more Jaguars. Listen to the Tommy Mack podcast with Tom McManus and Campo and Joe with Dave Campo and Joe C. Find these original podcasts at 1010XL.com or on Twitter at 1010XL.
All offers with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
Think how great it'll feel when you pull up to the house knowing you got the deal of the year on a brand new car, truck, or SUV from your friends at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Drive home happy in a new 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $269 a month. How about a brand new Grand Cherokee from only $289 a month? Take advantage of employee pricing plus and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on a brand new Ram 1500 Crew Cab. $11,000. Get 0% financing. Make no payments for 90 days. Save up to $4,000 on Dodge Journey. Get up to $5,000 off a new Jeep Compass. Call ahead for a test drive and we'll have the vehicle of your choice ready and waiting when you get here. Can't make it in? We'll bring the test drive to you. See our inventory at #1cjd.com. Choose from the best selection and save. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and as you know, I'm a huge fan of Metamucil, and I have some news to share. Metamucil now has a delicious fiber gummy made by the #1 doctor-recommended fiber supplement brand. These gummies are a convenient way to get more fiber. That's because Metamucil fiber gummies are made with an exclusive blend of prebiotic plant-based fibers that give you 5 grams of fiber in each serving. I want you to promote your digestive health by trying new Metamucil gummies today.
After such an emotional year, she deserves a gift that brings out the best emotions possible. Happiness, joy, and love. At Diamonds Direct, we specialize in creating those memorable moments. And this year, we believe they're more important than ever. So, for the entire month of December, we're making it easy with 48 months, 0 interest financing on everything. All rings, all earrings, all bracelets and pendants, all bands, and yes, all designer jewelry, including thousands of engagement rings with certified natural diamonds. With Diamonds Direct's expanded holiday selection, it's like shopping 50 jewelry stores at once. And rest assured, in our showrooms, we're going above and beyond when it comes to your safety. Plus, we're offering video chat, online shopping, and curbside pickup. However you connect with us, you'll get the best value, the highest quality, and the financing that makes everything affordable. 4 years, 0 interest. After all you've been through this year, end it on a high note by celebrating your love with a gift that's romantic, timeless, and symbolic. From Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
Finding great gifts doesn't have to be hard. Make it easy on yourself with 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide. Get great gift ideas from
Edwin Watts Golf,
One Ocean Resort and Spa,
and Safe Harbor Seafood
at 1010XL.com. Ho, ho, ho.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Let's fire up the flavor and ignite those appetites. Let's slow down and smell the barbecue. Because all your favorites are smoked for hours and ready for eating when you are. From our famous ribs to slow smoked pork. Enjoy some perfection by the plateful, safely in our dining room or in the comfort of your home. With curbside pickup, drive-through, and delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. Wow, can you believe that Christmas is right around the corner? I asked my wife what she wants, and she said the same thing she does every year. She wants a clean home full of family and friends. That means the carpets, the tile and grout in the kitchen, the large oil rug in the family room, and the huge sectional sofa that everyone hangs out on all need a good Zero Res cleaning. If you need some cleaning done, give Zero Res a call. Right now, get your carpets cleaned for only $43 per room. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get the mans.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Little show note. This is probably one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. You Don't Know. It's a great song. It kind of fit the show. Everybody told us we didn't know what we were doing, so that's why we end it that way every night. That's why it's important when you don't mess that up anymore, RJ. So we appreciate that. But going into it, we were talking about a little bit of hate o'clock, and the reason why I pushed it back is it's not really hate. Like it grew on me, and everybody did these little signing day class of 21 little montages. And some of them were new, like Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma had this very like modern twist, and you saw Lincoln Riley's office, and it's immaculate. It is a badass office. It is the office of like some multi-millionaire, like his study, like it's a huge bookcase. Like you ever seen in those movies when they got the bookcase and it's the length of the room, and the room is like 20 feet,
Yeah.
and they got books all the way up at the top, and you think, what in the hell book you gonna go up there and go read? But
Are you sure you read all those
yeah,
books?
you know you didn't read all that stuff, but it was very nice. And then they had like foreign cars and guys and blah blah blah. FSU went vintage nostalgia, and I didn't like it at first, and I still I like it now, but I don't like the rollout. Much like everything with Florida State right now, it's not about the product per se, but the execution. Like, does that make sense? So, like, they have Coach David Johnson, aka Yak, who is the director of recruiting, and he goes to like you. If you're looking at right now, I joke, but these laptops at this multi-million-dollar radio station that we have are a little are tad bit dated, but we're also not. Probably what we make at the station is a third of what Florida State spends on recruiting. So, but he used the tower. I don't know the last time that I loaded a CD. It was a CD-ROM, not even it was a video game. I don't know the last time that it wasn't on a PlayStation that I put a computer video game like a CD into it. So they put it in, and you see these you see these images, and you see this stuff, and it's a game. Well, there was a popular game about a little over a day called Backyard Football. That Backyard Football, Backyard Baseball. So what they did was they made the recruits avatars from Backyard Football. So you go in, you pick it, and upon first look, you're like, okay. But then the second look, you realize the people that you're choosing from are great athletes that played at Florida State. Like you see Charlie Ward, you see Chris Winkie, you see Jameis Winston, you see you see bigger than that. You see JD Drew, the baseball player. You see Sam Cassell, former basketball player. And the reason why I feel we miss the ball is because we always do stuff, but it's always one more step that you could take to make it better, right? They gave us a rollout during the season. I forgot which week it was, but all of like we got 7 edits. I don't know if you remember this, but I made it my we all made it our profile pic for each day, and they gave us something to say, a hashtag, and the edits were cool. Like it was some cool stuff. We're a few years behind, but the edits were dope, and it got a lot of attention. It used our entire network to build anticipation for something that I don't know ever came. But imagine if all the alumni got these backyard football edits, and we put keep climbing, or Tribe 21, or Welcome to the Tribe, or something like that. Now you do that Sunday, the same day you release the Coach Yak, whatever that is. Maybe it was Monday. We all put this as our profile pic. We all upload these things. Now you actually have something, and it's creating momentum within the fan base, and it's getting more people doing it. But even in the avatars that they missed, and it was great. They put some dude named Jake Owen, who's I guess a country music singer who went to Florida State. Do you know there were some notable misses on that? If you're a Florida State fan and you're playing a video game, who better to have an avatar than the person who embodies a video game in Peter Ward? Peter Ward's avatar wasn't on there. We have a Jesse. Wow, I can't think of her name. Anyway, we had Jessica Warren, the MVP of the softball national championship team. That's a female athlete that should be on there. Gabrielle Reese is a Florida State alum. The lady who invented Spanx is a Florida State alum, and we need to get back in her good graces. You put her on the damn video game. It's a lot of other people that you should have put on there. Again, Walter Dix won a bronze medal in the 100 meters in the Olympics. You put him on there. There's so many guys or so many great athletes, and this was an opportunity to showcase the greatness that is Florida State University. And that's why I tell people when I'm critiquing, I'm not complaining. I'm critiquing because I'm coming from a place of where I understand the greatness of what that university is. I understand the people who I came before, and I understand that the people who come after need to build it up because I want my son to follow in my footsteps.
You want to see the school come back to prominence?
My teammate Leroy Smith was talking about his son in the jersey, in the shirt, the jacket that his son was wearing yesterday when he was meeting up with one of his teammates, and it was a University of Miami jacket. And he's wearing it because they're cooler right now. When the guys cussed us out in 2004, and I always talk about that, as a man, I realized why they cursed us out. They cursed us out not because we weren't good. They cursed us out because the standard that they built was what made us want to come to Florida State. If we weren't living up to the standard, if we didn't live up to the standard, what made us want to come to Florida State won't make his sons want to come to Florida. Their sons want to come to Florida State. So that's why people want it. It really has nothing to do with hatred. It has nothing to do with any of that. I'm a grown ass man. I can't make any more. I can't score any more touchdowns. If somebody tries to tackle me, I'm suing them.
Well, I mean, how long do you think it'll take before FSU comes back to the dominance that they had?
It's probably a 3-year project. But when you fail in recruiting, it makes it longer. And there shouldn't be. It should be, if he's a better coach team, they should win 7 or 8 games next year. I remember somebody put on the text line, if FSU wins 7 games, will FSU proclaim national champions? Like, don't pick on my guy Milton. But we should win 8 games based on the schedule. No matter what, the talent is there. You just got to coach that talent up. But that's basically all it is with that. Couple closing notes since I got it again. Like, I was in Tallahassee giving away gifts to the kids in my foundation. We're working with Black Santa of Jax. Tuesday, we're giving away a gift to any family that's in need. Make sure you hit me up on @BigGameJames_36 on Instagram or on Twitter. Hit up @sportsden_live on any of the things, Facebook, Twitter, IG, whatever it is. If you're a family member in need, or you know somebody who's in need who could use a Christmas gift or use some uplifting, please have them hit us up. I need their name, I need their age, and I need some contact information. And we're going to make sure that they're able to come in and they're going to see the real they're going to see the real Santa Claus, and he's going to hook them up. And if that offends you, stay your ass away from me. But bottom line is, we're going to give some kids, we're going to hook some people up, and that's what we're about. Again, this is the Sports Den, brought to you by thehumidor.com. 12 days of Stickmas. Hit me up. Make sure you check it out. Those are the sticks you should buy. Buy them for the person that you love. Sports Den, we out.
We know that bullets are flying. The ball game is over.
After you watch the game,